Hey guys, Maxwell Ventura here with Douglas Elliman going through another market update. Now, this is actually last month. This is December's data. Still waiting on the new data to come out. Should be out any day now or within the next week, but I wanted to get this out to you as soon as possible, and it's been, I didn't get November in, so I just wanted to get you something here while I can. So today we're going over total market overview, monthly indicators. I have some WTF jaw-dropping data for you, so stay tuned for that. This is gonna be a quick one. And then lastly, Nevins, I have his most recent market update. I like to follow his content. He's a San Diego native, local economist, and the director of market research at Expera. He also wrote a book called The Great Divide. So he's a data guy, he's a numbers guy. Good follow. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so jumping right into total market overview, I like to start down at the bottom. Month supply of inventory, this is the lowest that we've seen it, 0.6. So I'm gonna reiterate this again. Month supply of inventory, if you don't know what that means, it's taking into account the total supply that we have, which is 1909. Again, that's also the lowest that I've seen. We're at 3,000 approximately just a few months ago of total active inventory, all the way down to 1,900. So that month supply of inventory number at 0.6, it means if we were to halt all new listings, so no new listings were to hit the market, yet the market were to continue to move at the same pace, then that's the amount of time it would take for all of our inventory to be completely dried up. So 0.6 of 1 month, that's literally just a couple weeks of inventory that we have. Scarcely low, and like I said, it's the lowest that I've seen it. So compare that to just 1 year ago at 1.3. So we have about half of the amount of inventory that we had last year, not only just in pure numbers, 1909 to 4,000, but also in the month supply is about moving twice as fast as well. So we go up to new listings, pendings, and closed. You would expect that these are all going to be less than they were this time last year, of course, with the low inventory that we have. Median sales price is the highest that it's been. Now again, this is all encompassing detached single family residences and attached condos, townhomes. The median is at 770,000. That's almost 17% increase year over year. I feel like a broken record. We've been between 15 and 20%, and actually for a few months, we're all the way up close to 30% median sales price increase year over year. It sounds like I'm lying when I say that. But we've been between 15 and 20% year over year numbers now, month after month after month after month. It's like, when is this gonna slow down? So even now that we just got past the holidays through, and this is a month behind too, you gotta take that in consideration. Christmas and New Year's, we're still moving at such a ferocious pace right now, and just the lower the inventory gets, it's just human nature. The lower inventory, the lower supply of anything is going to inherently increase the demand. So you take that into consideration along with everything that's happening with the booming San Diego economy. It doesn't really surprise me. Okay, percentage of original price received. This is still over 100%. So this is just saying that on average, the offers that are getting accepted are over list price. So 1.6% on average right now. Days on market is still very low, 23 compared to 25 this time last year. And affordability index, it's at 50, which means that 1 out of every 2 people can afford a median priced home here in San Diego. Now, that's low. It's this time last year, the score was 60 on the index, but we've been hovering around 50 now for, I'd say, the last 6 to 8 months. This is our WTF moment here. So this is the inventory of homes for sale. This is a separate graph. The blue is detached homes and the red is attached. Again, condos, townhomes. So I want you to look back right at my arrow. This is September 2019. Look at the inventory. Almost 10,000 detached homes were for sale. About almost 2,500 attached condo and townhomes. That's 12,500 homes for sale compared to the almost 2,000 that we have right now. So we literally have 1/6 of the inventory that we had in September of 2019. So when I saw that, I'm thinking to myself, okay, that's 6 times more inventory. Were we in a buyer's market at that time? My gut tells me no, but I mean, that's a lot of inventory. Again, buyer's market, seller's market is gonna be dependent on the amount of inventory that we have, supply and demand. So I go back and let's correlate the month supply of inventory at the same exact time frame, September 2019. Detached was only 5 months, and attached was 3 months. So you average the two. Our total market month supply of inventory was at 4 months. That's considered a very healthy market. Not a buyer's market per se, not a seller's market, kind of right in the middle. Now you'll also notice that there was a sharp decline right at that time. What happened in September of 2019? That's really when we first learned about COVID and the pandemic. It wasn't enforced here in the States until March of 2020. But when we first found out about it, what was going on in China, it was September of 2019. So you see the inventory took a drastic decline. But I just thought this was really interesting data. Even with all of that inventory, we still were not in necessarily a buyer's market. I would consider between 4 and 5 months, or you can even say between 3 and 5 months in San Diego County. That's a very balanced, healthy market. So that's exactly what we had back then. All right, on the Alan Nevins report. So I thought this was really interesting. In 2021, almost without precedents, look at everything that we experienced. COVID, Delta, and Omicron variants, rampant inflation, shortage of computer chips, international shipping crisis, upswing in lumber prices, shortage of truckers, erratic movement in gold, run up in used car prices, and 11 million job openings. And during it all, the lowest inventory rates in history. Now, the great thing is you can also see that the unemployment rate has continued to fall and fall and fall. It's almost at pre-COVID level, so I think it's great news. Okay, lastly, I thought this was pretty cool. Property Shark came out with their list of 100 most expensive housing markets in the US, and San Diego had 3 of the top spots: Del Mar, Coronado, and at number 18, Rancho Santa Fe. Now this last piece is really interesting. At the end of November, 2 months ago, pending sales is almost 3,000. Now that's also about the same as it was this time last year. Yet, so we have the same amount of pendings, the same homes that are going into contract, yet we have half of the inventory available. So again, this just continues to speak to how aggressive and how competitive the market is. All right, and so finally, in Economics 101, if there's a shortage of supply, prices are destined to rise. Supply and demand. Now, we know it's a great time to be a seller, but buying a home, I love how Alan puts this, but buying a home in San Diego County is now still a good move because we have not been able to produce a sufficient number of new homes to satisfy our marketplace. Even with 12 new master plan communities this past year in 2021, we still lost inventory. The demand is so high right now. And I hear this all the time. I don't know if it's a good time to buy. I'm just gonna wait, it's too expensive. It's a great time to buy in a seller's market. Probably contradictory. In a buyer's market, there's a ton of inventory, so you would think it's a good time to buy. It's easier to buy because now buyers can be a little bit pickier. They can negotiate a little bit harder. There's not gonna be as many offers on properties. But what happens when you buy something that's in surplus demand? What do you think the value, the probability of the value will be over time in something that's in extraordinary demand? It's probably gonna stay the same or maybe even go down. But when you purchase something that's very rare, that's in very, 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 very short supply, what are the odds are of the value of that item or that property is what's gonna happen to it in the foreseeable future? It's most likely gonna go up. So that's why I say it's actually better to buy in a seller's market. It's just very difficult. But again, that's where a great realtor, a great lender, a great team is going to come through. You don't need to write a full cash offer to get your offer accepted. My last 3 clients on the buy side, that offers that were accepted, all of them, the last 3, we were not the highest offer. There's a lot more that goes into getting an offer accepted than just price and just your vehicle, whether it be cash or conventional, FHA, VA. It's all the terms that go along with it. It's the communication. It's giving the seller and the listing agent the warm and fuzzies that we're going to close. So it's professionalism, it's writing your offers clean, it's not having spelling mistakes or missing check boxes. So there's a lot that goes into it. So just know, even though it's hard right now, I mean, there's people that I know that have been in the market trying to buy for the last year and a half. Not necessarily clients of mine, but I hear it through the grapevine. And so I know it can be extremely frustrating. So just hang in there. You might want to try talking with a different agent if you haven't considered so already, but it is possible. Even if you're not purchasing with cash, you can still get in a home and secure a piece of San Diego real estate to call home. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll have my next update out soon, probably in the next week or so when the next data comes out. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.